We're going to begin our showmanship today with senior showmen. They are ages 14 to 18 years old as of January 1st. Scratch that. We're going to start with our junior showmanship today. They are ages 8 to 13 years old as of January 1st. We'd like to welcome everyone to the 2025 Dodge County Fair Dairy Growth Show. We'd like to welcome our judge, Brady Rebel. Brady lives in Valley and works for Cargill branded feeds out of Blair. Originally from Florida, he grew up on a cow-calf ranch and dairy farm. Brady was heavily involved in 4-H and FFA in school and enjoys giving back to those programs today. We'd also like to take this moment to recognize Nikki Gregory and Andy Swanson as our superintendents. We'd also like to thank the Longview FFA chapter for being here to help in the arena today.
Single entry in junior showmanship today, but congratulations to this young lady. She could definitely stand more competition. You knew a lot about your animal. You answered my questions well. You were good about changing leads and having her set up. It's obvious your doe really cooperates with you, so congratulations, and wish you had someone else to show against.
Sorry. Receiving the purple ribbon and our champion junior showmanship honors was Greta Stanley Van Briggle. Now entering the arena will be our senior showmen. These showmen are ages 14 to 18 years old as of January 1st. This will be a first call for Class 1 Division 1 junior does, as well as Class 2 Division 1 intermediate does. Once again, first call, Class 1 Division 1 junior does, and Class 2 Division 1 intermediate does. Currently in the arena is our senior showman.
by both of these young ladies. The young lady that I'm starting with, you kind of get the advantage because your goat is cooperating a little bit better. She just handles a little bit nicer today. When you came in the ring, you had your eyes on me, knew where I was at. We're really good with the lead changes. I'm guessing this is your sister. And second, just a little bit quicker. Your goat's just not really wanting to cooperate with you today. So a little harder to move up into a higher placing when that's going on. But both of you, really nice job. Both well deserving of purple ribbons. And I know this is your first dairy goat show, so really nice job. If you hadn't told me that, I wouldn't have known. So really nice job.
Top purple and championship honors in the senior showmanship went to Cassie Swanson. Second purple and reserve champion senior showmanship honors went to Aubrey Swanson. There's a second final call in class 2, second final call class 2, first call class 4. First call class 4, Division 1 non-milking doe. Second call class 2, Division 1 intermediate does. Currently in the arena is class 1, Division 1 junior does under 5 months old.
Nice little young doe to start the dairy goat show today. At this age, it's harder to maybe tell what their potential is. So some things we're looking for is structural correctness, just size per day of age, things like that. With the dwarf goats, they're not going to get as large as other goats, hence the name dwarf goats. But she is really correct. Look at her, really admire her over the top line. It's strong, really nice set of feet and legs. Like the way she stands with the whip. So well deserving of a purple ribbon today.
Receiving top purple and champion junior doe dairy goat was Greta Stanley Van Bribble. Second final call, class 4. Second final call, class 4, Division 1, non-milking does. Currently in the arena is class 2, Division 1 intermediate does, ages 5 to 8 months.
Another nice single entry doe here today. Some things that I really like about her is how sharp and clean she is. These are dairy goats, so we want to see them putting their energy towards milk production later on. So we're not looking for a lot of conditioning or necessarily muscle. It is that correctness and the angularity. She's really sharp over those withers. Really like the way she looks on her hind end being concave in the thurl. So really nice single entry, well deserving of a purple ribbon.
Receiving top purple and champion intermediate doe dairy goat is Greta Stanley Van Bribble. Now entering the arena will be class 4, Division 1 non-milking does. These are 1 to 2 years of age. At the conclusion of class 4, we will choose our champion and reserve champion dairy goats of today's show. At that time, we will need Greta from class 1 and Greta from class 2.
two does that are very dissimilar, if you will, not just in color, but the way they're put together. Have the bigger one that we're going to start the class with. She's taller, she's longer, she's deeper body. I would admire that the black tip is maybe a little sharper and cleaner, a little more dairy, but I do admire this growth per day of age. So we're going to make her the class winner and then second place here, both deserving the purple ribbons.
Returning top purple and champion non-milking doe dairy goat was Greta Stanley Van Brigel. Receiving second purple and reserve championship non-milking dairy goat honors was also Greta Stanley Van Brigel. Don't forget, at 4 o'clock will be our poultry show. It got moved from last night to today. Also going on is our fashion review this evening. Following the dairy goat show will be our dairy show, and then our bucket calf show will round out the day. We're now choosing our champion and reserve junior champion dairy goat in today's show. For that, we have from Class 1, Greta Stanley Van Brigel with her champion junior doe dairy goat. From Class 2, we have Greta Stanley Van Brigel with her champion intermediate dairy goat. And from Class 4, we have Greta Stanley Van Brigel with her champion non-milking doe dairy goat. And Greta Stanley Van Brigel, the reserve champion, non-milking dairy goat. This will be a first call, Class 5, Division 1 milking doe. First call, Class 5, Division 1 milking doe.
I tried to get Greta to pick the grain in reserve, but she told me I was the judge, so I had to. So if I get it wrong, she said she would tell me. If you'll step up here, Greta, this is going to be the grain champion. This doe really, I think, puts it all together and kind of height per day of age, structural correctness. She's really straight over that top line. Just really well put together, and look forward to see what she looks like after having some kids. For a reserve, I'm going to go with the other older doe. She is just a really correct, really dairy. She's sharp and clean, not taking anything away from the two younger ones, but just not quite able to see what they're going to develop into yet to put them in the reserve spot. But congratulations on a really nice set of goats. Does that are under 2 years of age. While you're on the fairgrounds during the fair, to vote for your new 4-H council for the upcoming year. You may do that over at the extension office in the main exhibit hall. Also, there is a silent auction going on through the 4-H council. You may pick up your numbers next to the 4-H office in the exhibit hall and check over what they have on silent auction. The money helps to buy prizes throughout the year for our 4-H exhibitors and competitors. In our younger milking doe class today, going to legal place the way they're set up here. This doe that I have in first place When you get behind her, she's got a little more body capacity. She's a little wider. Her udder's got maybe a little more capacity to it. But what to me puts her over the top is I think she is just sharper and cleaner in the withers and then back in the hips and pins. So you can tell she's putting her energy into milk production, which that's the name of the game. Away from the second piece, she just maybe doesn't have quite that same cleanliness or moving capacity to her udder to move up. But both well deserving of purple ribbons.
Top purple for class 5 was Cassie Swanson. She is also our champion milking doe dairy goat. Receiving second purple and reserve champion milking doe dairy goat honors is Auburn Swanson. Now entering the arena is class 6 Division 1 milking doe, over 2 and under 5 years of age. This will be a first call for class 7 and a first call for class 8.
Another single entry class, but really nice doe here. You get beside her, she's got a really nice mammary system on her. From behind has a high, wide rear udder attachment. Would maybe want to smoothen out that fore udder just a little bit, maybe make her a little bit deeper in the fore rib. But otherwise, really nice doe that you can tell is putting her energy where it's supposed to be, and it's well deserving of a purple ribbon.
Receiving top purple from class 6 was Greta Stanley Van Bergel. She also received champion milking doe dairy goat honors. Currently in the arena is class 7 Division 1 milking does over 5 years of age.
My favorite classes to judge are always the older classes because these are the animals that have really earned their keep by staying healthy, sticking around. So we have a 7-year-old doe here today. Really have to admire just the way she's held up. She's still very youthful, very structurally correct, has that mammary system, still pretty close to her body wall considering she's 7 years old and has had quite a few kids. So really admire her. She's deep-bodied. She's got a lot of spring to the rib when you get behind her, and just a really nice mammary system that puts it all together. So well deserving of a purple ribbon today.
Receiving top purple in class 7 was Greta Stanley Van Briggle. She also received the champion milking doe dairy goat honors for today's show. Currently in the arena is Class 8 Division 1 Mother-Daughter. At the conclusion of Class 8, we will need the following goats back so we can choose our champion and reserve champion, senior champion dairy goat. For that, we will need Cassie Swanson and Auburn Swanson from Class 5. We will need Greta Stanley Van Briggle from Class 6 and Greta Stanley Van Briggle from Class 7. Following that selection, we will be choosing our overall Supreme Champion dairy goat of today's show, and for that, we will need Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her champion and reserve champion dairy goats.
class here in the mother-daughter. So the mother's really doing a nice job, really nice memory system on her. If you look at her, she's correct. All over. And then she's got her kid who's kind of cut from the same cloth. Very correct, very tall, considering this kid's only 2 months old, or not even. So really nice pair in here today, and let's give them both purple ribbons.
Our champion mother-daughter dairy goat was shown by Greta, Stanley, and Briggle. We will now be choosing our senior champion dairy goat and reserve champion senior dairy goat of today's show. Following that, we will be choosing our supreme champion dairy goat and our reserve supreme champion dairy goat. For that, we will need our junior champion dairy goat and reserve champion junior dairy goat back, shown by Greta Stanley Van Briggle out of class 4. Once again, please remember to get the stickers either up here at the announcer stand or in the 4-H office here by the show arena to put on your stall cards. The fair board's asking that you do that so the visitors to our fair know how you did in your shows today. If you receive a championship or a reserve championship placard to put on your stall, please remember those need to be returned at the end of the fair on Sunday. Also remember, when you are checking out on Sunday, the fair board is asking that you put all those wood chips out into the center aisle so that it eases in their cleanup next week.
So the two does that I pulled out here in that I'm going to make Brandon Reserve, both really kind of put together what I'm looking for in a dairy goat, and that's structural correctness, dairiness, and ultimately a really nice memory system. I'm not taking anything away from the two younger does. They just maybe don't have the maturity and can't really see what their full potential is at this day and age. Really like the mother-daughter pair, but I just think these first two are the ones that I'm going to go with. And to pick the grand, I'm going to have the young lady. Her doe is going to be grand, and then the young man, his is going to be reserve. The one that I'm making grand here today is because she really kind of puts together everything we're looking for. Dairiness, she's deep bodied, she's got a lot of capacity to eat, and then ultimately produce milk. And that's kind of what puts her over the top today. This doe in reserve, she's a little younger, but she's got a really nice memory system on her. Everything's in the right place, and so look forward to seeing how she ages. But congratulations to the young lady that owns, I think, almost all the goats in here today, and to the other two young ladies for bringing some really nice animals to the fair.
Also, don't forget, we do have a media board, and there is some media here. So make sure you get those pictures for your family, the media, down at the south end of the show arena. We'll now be choosing our Supreme Champion and Reserve Supreme Champion dairy goat of today's show. For that, from the juniors, we need Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her junior and reserve junior champion dairy goats, and Greta Stanley Van Briggle with her champion and reserve champion senior dairy goats.
For Supreme Champion and Reserve Supreme Champion, name of the game with any dairy animal is to produce milk, and so it would take a really, really exceptional younger animal to move up into Supreme or Reserve. And for that reason, I am going to go with the two older does that are in milk to be our Supreme and Reserve Supreme Champion. Not taking anything away from the Grand Champion younger doe, because She is really nice and really correct, but we don't know what her full potential is yet, so can't move her up there, but we'll go with these two older ones, and congratulations again.
We would like to thank everyone for coming to the 2026 Dodge County Fair Dairy Goat Show. We look forward to seeing you next year. Enjoy the fair. Don't forget to get those stickers up on your stall cards. And enjoy the fair.
Can you keep up with them? You have trouble finding them in the morning, they go so fast?
We're starting our dairy cattle show with the showmanship. These competitors are ages 14 to 18 years as of January 1st. Once again, our judges, Brad Rebels, he lives in Valley and works for Cargill. Brandon Feeds out of Blair. He's originally from Florida, where he grew up on a cow-calf ranch and dairy farm. Brady was heavily involved in 4-H and FFA in school and enjoys giving back to those programs today. We'd also like to thank our superintendent, Maria Creek, as well as the Logan View and North Bend FFA chapters for helping with today's show. This will be a first call for Junior Showman. First call, Junior Showman. Currently in the arena is our Senior Showmanship competitors.
You want more pickles? Sure. Scott, you want a pickle? Scott, you want my pickle, don't you? Want some pickles?
You want a fried pickle? Do you want me to transfer it to bread and bread?
Did you eat Molly back there? I thought you went to the
Yes, are you still at the trailer? Bread? It's in, okay, guess it's in your mom's car. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay. She says it's
already unloaded it or whatever?
apparently, she said she did.
Okay. 3 hours. And I gotta get to 3,000. 4 hours.
So, does it run like a normal thing? Was it green? That's okay, I'll give it.
Now I have to give it back. I just, before it got lost, I threw it on my desk.
That's,
I can see it is a good pick. That's the reason I threw it on my desk before it got lost. The kids know how to do it.
I know that.
That's before it got lost.
He said it was clear that we didn't put like if we didn't put too much flour. You're right.
Augie!
Following the dairy show, we will be having the bucket calf show. At 4 o'clock will be our poultry show today. And at 6 o'clock, I think it is our fashion review for the public. Also, don't forget to vote for your 4-H council members while you're at the fair. Anyone that's a Dodge County resident and interested in 4-H, as well as 4-H members, senior 4-H members are able to vote for that. Don't forget to sign up, grab a team and sign up for the livestock judging contest. That will take place on Friday afternoon. You sign up before that, earlier in the day on Friday, and then the judging starts at 2 o'clock, I believe. We would like to thank Blair Radio Station 94.7 for streaming all of our shows today and throughout the fair. If you have a loved one or a friend that would like to watch their grandchild or just a child that they're interested in show, make sure you let them know that these are being streamed by Blair Radio 94.7. We would like to thank them for providing that service for us.
Let's give a round of applause to all of these young men in the ring today. So we're only placing the top 3, but all of them are purple ribbons. For me in this class today, the young man that is going to win is here on the end with the Jersey cow. Not taking away from any of the others, but he kind of excelled to me from the get-go. He knew where I was at all times. Your cow was really under control. You answered the questions the best. And I just told him he was the only one that had his cow's ears clean. So in showmanship, it's not so much about the cow, it's about how well they prepared them. His cow responds really well to him. I mean, she's fallen asleep in the ring. She's obviously very relaxed with him. And he just did an outstanding job, knew the answers to my questions. Young man in second, you did a really nice job too. Just maybe pay attention to the judge a little bit more, know where I'm at all times. Your heifer maybe didn't want to cooperate at times, but it happens sometimes. Same thing with the young man in third. You did a really nice job. Your cow cooperated well for you, but just know where I'm at all times and be a little more responsive in getting those feet changed up. And to the other young men, you all did a great job. It's just watching the judge, having your animal respond just a little bit better, getting those feet changes, and then maybe before next year, make sure you have the ears clean, and then brush up a little bit on some things that you like about your cow, maybe confirmation-wise for those questions. But all of you did a really, really nice job today.
Receiving top purple and championship senior showmanship honors was Dylan Braun. Reserve champion senior showmanship honors went to Jaheim Hammock. And third place senior showmanship honors went to Blake Earl. Also receiving purple for Gabe Otten, Eli Kaufman, Luke Havorka, and Max Snodgrass. Now entering the arena is our junior showmen. These are ages 8 to 13 years old as of January 1st. This will be a first call for class 24. First call, class 24.
Let's give both of these junior showmen a round of applause. So it was really some minor things that separated the two. They both had a really nice job of having their caliper clean. They set up nicely. But the young man here closest to me, he's going to be our champion showman today. His caliper did not want to cooperate right now, but almost every time I looked at him, she was set up. He also did a really nice job of looking at me and knew the answers to all my questions. They both did a really nice job answering that. Young man in second, just maybe pay attention to the judge a little bit more, know where I'm at all times. But other than that, both of you well-deserving of purple ribbons, and congratulations to both of you.
Receiving top purple and champion junior showmanship honors was Journey Depew. Receiving second purple and reserve champion junior showman was Robert Rainey. Division I Holstein Summer Yearling. Second and final call, Class 24, Division I Holstein Summer Yearling. First call, Class 32, Division I Jersey Spring Yearling. First call, Class 38, Division I Holstein Winter Yearling. Second and final call, Class 32, Division I Jersey. Second and final call, Class 38, Division I Holstein Winter Yearling.
Single entry in the yearling class today. Really nice Holstein heifer though. Really like her growth per day of age. Like her length of body from end to end. Depth through that chest floor and width overall. If I could change anything, maybe clean her up in the head and neck just a little bit. But she's also a heifer, so I don't mind the little excess condition because she's still growing. But well deserving of a purple ribbon today.
Receiving top purple of Class 24 was Luke Kaborka. Now entering the arena will be Class 32.
Another single entry Jersey yearling here today. Really like this heifer though. She's got a lot of growth per day of age. She's sharp and clean over those withers. If I could change one thing about her, it's maybe add a little bit of set to the hock and also bring down that tail head just a little bit. But definitely deserving of a purple ribbon and a nice heifer for this young man to show.
Top purple honors went to Max Snodgrass. At the conclusion of Class 38, we will need Luke Kaborka back from Class 24 and Max Snodgrass back from Class 32. Now entering the arena is Class 38. At the conclusion of Class 38, we will be choosing our champion and reserve champion, Junior Dairy winner.
I was in there and then I went to my camper. I had one. You're welcome to join me. You're welcome to join me in Kenzie's home. You like it?
Another nice single entry, older Holstein yearling. Really admire how tall she is at the withers, straight over that top line. Like her depth of body in the fore and rear rib. If I could change anything about her, just maybe clean her up a little bit, make her a little more concave through the thurls and a little cleaner through the hips and pins. But really nice heifer and well-deserved purple ribbon for this young man.
Top purple honors from Class 38 went to Eli Kaufman. We will now be choosing our grand champion and reserve grand champion, Junior Dairy, for today's show. For that, from Class 24, we have Luke Kaborka. From Class 32, we have Max Snodgrass. And from Class 38, we have Eli Kaufman. This will be a first call for Class 52, a first call for Class 59. First call, Class 52 and Class 59.
some things we have to keep in mind is the ultimate goal is they're going to go in the herd. And so we want a cow that's, or a heifer that's going to develop into a cow that's going to last a really long time. Just as meat prices have gone up, dairy prices have gone up a lot. So you don't want to be replacing your cows every year. You'd like to get 3, 4, 5 lactations out of them. So what I'm looking for is that overall structural correctness, combined with some dairiness and some overall capacity. I think the heifer that puts that together is this big black heifer here on the end. She's the tallest, longest for day of age, has a lot of depth of body. I think I did say I would like to clean her up a little bit. And so kind of in that same vein, for my reserve cleaner champion, I'm going to go with the jersey on the end. It is because she is maybe a little sharper and cleaner. Also like where she's at in her growth stage. Even though that tail head would like to bring it down a little bit, she's straighter over the top line than the younger Holstein heifer. But all three really nice heifers and nice group to judge from. But we are going to go with the junior champion here and then reserve junior on the end.
Our grand champion junior dairy animal today was shown by Eli Kaufman. Reserve grand champion junior dairy was shown by Max Snodgrass. Final call for class 52, final call for class 59, first call for class 60. Now entering the arena is class 52 Division I Holstein Dry Cow.
Really structurally correct 4-year-old Holstein here today. Same beside her. Granted, I'm not the tallest person, but I can't see over her, so that must mean she's pretty tall. But she walks uphill. She's taller at those withers than she is back in her hips and bends. She's got a lot of depth of body to her. She's deep in the fore and rear rib. But I think two big things that I want to change about her. One being clean her up through the head and neck, make her a little sharper, more angular. The other is the more important thing. If you get behind her, you notice she's not milking. She has had a calf before, but she's 4 years old. She's not getting bred back. So for that reason, I'm going to give her a blue ribbon. Not taking away from the young man, but in order to purple ribbon, I just think a calf needs to be in production because that's kind of the name of the game here today. So really nice job, though.
Receiving a blue ribbon was Jamie Hammett. There will be a final call for class 60, first call class 73. Final call class 60, first call class 73. Now entering the arena will be class 59, Division I Holsteins, 2 years old. Young 2-year-old cow in this class today. Really looking
when we get behind her, she's got a nice udder on her. She's long and smooth through that fore udder attachment. Looks like she's high and wide in the rear udder attachment. Would like to see just a little more capacity to her udder. Maybe isn't quite as full as I would like to see, even for a 2-year-old. But overall, really nice udder to her. She's also sharp and clean. Has a lot of spring and openness to her ribs. If anything, maybe just make her a little bit taller. But I also don't necessarily like extreme cows, so she's one that I think would fit well in a commercial herd and last a long time. So well deserved purple ribbon.
Receiving a purple ribbon in class 59 for Blake Photo. There will be a final call for class 73. Now entering the arena will be class 60, Division I jerseys, 2-year-olds. Once again, we will have the bucket cap shortly after the conclusion of the dairy show. And then at 4 o'clock will be our poultry show. We will also have our public shower due this evening beginning at 6 o'clock, I think it is.
Young Jersey cows in this class today. Kind of a mixture of stages of lactation, which also sort of explains a mixture of body types and kind of the way their memory systems look. But overall, for the cow we're going to pick to win this class is the one closest to me. You get behind her on the end that I say where they make their money at. She's got a really high wide rear udder attachment, long smooth udder attachment. By far has the most blooming capacity to her udder today. She's only about 2 months in lactation, so she's maybe carrying a little extra condition than I would like, but not going to knock her for that because she does have such a nice memory system. If you look at her dairy form, she's deep in that corner rib, pretty wide through the chest floor. Just a lot of things to like about this cow. The cow that we're going with in second, I am in agreement, she's the dairiest cow in the class. She's the sharpest, the cleanest. You get over those withers. She's really angular, has some really nice concave curls. Really like her frame, her depth of body, and her width, but just want to see that outer a little more filled out to move into a higher placing. And then Mikal in third, kind of same story. We want to see that outer a little bit more. Also, we want to see her a little bit sharper and cleaner, but admire her structural correctness. So all three are going to get purple ribbons today. But this is how we're going to fix them right now.
Receiving top purple in class 60 was Robert Rainey. Second purple went to Dylan Braun, and also receiving a purple was Gabe Otten. Now entering the arena will be class 73. At the conclusion of class 73, we will need from class 59 Blake Furlow back with his Gary Holstein. We will need Robert Rainey and Dylan Braun from class 60 with their 2-year-old jersey.
My knee. Oh, so you should sit there and I told you like sit right here. They can't hear.
Just a single entry in the 4-year-old Holstein class today, but I felt it really could stand to use some competition. You get behind her, she's got a really long, smooth front rudder attachment. Really admire that rear rudder attachment. It's high and wide. If anything, I'd like to maybe add a little more outer flap, a little stronger median suspensory ligament, just to bring those teeth a little more squarely under her. But structurally speaking, not a lot to pick apart on this cow. She's tall, she's long, she's strong. Really admire her depth of body. Just puts it all together in a really nice package with a cow that I think would work well in a commercial setting.
Receiving top purple in class 73 was Jeremy Drapeau. We will now be choosing our grand champion and reserve grand champion senior Gary for today's show. From class 59, we will have Blake Furlow. From class 60, we will have Robert Rainey and Dylan Braun. And from class 73, Jeremy Drapeau. At the conclusion of our selection of our grand champion and reserve grand champion senior dairy animal, we will need Journey Drapeau and Robert Rainey back with their champion and reserve champion junior, wrong person, people. We will need Eli Kaufman with their grand champion junior dairy and Max Snodgrass with their reserve grand champion junior dairy, so we can select Supreme and reserve Supreme champion of today's show.
If you would, give all 4 of these young men a round of applause for bringing 4 really nice cows. So I'll set some context, and that might make sense why I place things the way I do. I grew up showing ground Swiss. If you know anything about Swiss, they tend to be a little bigger, a little beefier, if you will. So I'm not as into the extreme sharpness and angularity. I don't mind if a cow carries maybe a tad extra condition. I want her to be focused on milk production, but I also want her to last in the herd. And so that's kind of why I'm gonna place them the way I will today. I think it comes down to me, two very similar cows and having really nice udders, a lot of blooming capacity to them, and then the other two cows maybe have a little more dairiness, a little sharper and more angular. But the cow that I'm gonna pick to win grand today is the young man with the jersey. If you would lead her out. Yep. Our class winner in the jersey here. She's going to be our grand, and then young man here on the end with the 4-year-old Holstein, she's going to be reserved. So if you want to bring her up a little bit. So when we get to the jersey, and it kind of kills me to do this because my sister chose jerseys, so that means I'm supposed to hate them, I guess. But I really like the way this cow puts it all together. She's got a really long, smooth foreudder attachment. Really like the way those teats kind of invert a little bit. Would like to see maybe a little more blooming capacity to it, but she's also pretty fresh to her lactation cycle, so I'm not worried about that. Structurally, she puts it all together. Again, I'm not into extremes. I think she's the kind of cow that's going to last in a herd for a while. And if this young man had a dairy, she would make him a lot of money. So, well-deserving grand. For reserve, we are going to use the older 4-year-old Holstein, and it's get back to her memory system. She's got a longer, smoother foreudder attachment, more blooming capacity than either of these other two cows do. But it's really her strength that puts her over the top. I don't know what her name is, but Moose would be very appropriate because she is just a big, strong cow that I also think would make a lot of money in a commercial setting. So congratulations to all 4 of these young men. If I had to pick an honorable mention, it probably would be the jersey on the end, just because she is so sharp and clean. But her udder doesn't have the capacity, and we can't really see what the potential is today, so I can't move her up any higher. But congratulations to all 4 of these young men.
Grand Champion Senior Dairy was shown by Robert Rainey. Reserve Grand Champion Senior Dairy was shown by Journey Drapeau. We will now be choosing our Supreme Champion and Reserve Supreme Champion Dairy Animal of today's show. For that, we will need Eli Kaufman with his Grand Champion Junior Dairy and Max Snodgrass with his Reserve Grand Champion Journey Dairy to return to the show arena. We would like to thank everyone for coming out to our dairy show today. Safe travels home. We look forward to seeing you back here again in 2026. Enjoy the rest of your fair.
So for our overall Supreme Champion, I think it's really hard whenever you get 4 animals in the class, 2 of them milking, 2 of them not mature enough to be milking yet. It would take just a really outstanding heifer and a really weak cow class for me to pick the heifer over the cows. And that's not the case today. We have 2 really nice cows. They're both structurally correct. They both have really nice udders on them. They kind of put it all together. Not taking anything away from the younger heifers, but they just don't have the maturity for us to see what they're going to do. Ultimately, the name of the game in a dairy show is what their production potential is. So for Supreme and Reserve Supreme, we're going to go with our grand and reserve cows. So good job to both of these young men.
Our Supreme Champion Dairy Animal of today's show was shown by Robert Rainey. Reserve Supreme Champion Dairy Animal went to Journey Drapeau. Once again, there is a media board to the south of the arena here. If anyone needs pictures, there is some media around that may be looking for some pictures as well. Remember to get your stickers to put on your stall cards so visitors to the fair know how your project did. Remember, if you've got a plaque to say what champion or reserve champion place you got, that needs to be returned to the 4-H office at the end of fair on Sunday. Don't forget, when you leave on Sunday, all those wood chips need to go out into the middle aisle so that the fair board has an easier job of cleanup next week after the fair is over. So we need to do that to help them out.